Hello! The audio works today. Imagine that. Wow. Hey, babe, it's me. I'm good today. Just, just before the stream, I went, oh yeah, I should try the banner again. See if that works. And now it's a white void instead of a black void, so that's progress. It's just what I wanted. But hello. Hello, this is Evelyn, the Marvellous Monthly short. Yes, that is me. That is what we are here for today. We're gonna look at some bingos, some bingos celebrating a year of bingos. We're gonna start a fresh new year of bingos. We're gonna see what else you guys were up to. On a scale of 1 to 2, how shork am I feeling? 2. Or maybe 1.83. Yeah, maybe next time it'll be a red void. That's what it shows on the page when I go to customize it. It shows a red void, so who knows what's next? What a time. Hopefully a good time. Hopefully we're ready for another whole year of bingos. I feel like I should maybe experiment with the format a little bit more. I don't know. New year of bingos for the chaps in the old folks jail. That's right. Here we are. Almost 2 sharks for the price of 1. Oh, wait, was that how? Oh, wait, no, then I only feel like 1 shark. If that's what you... Marvelous morning Sunday. Howdy. We're voiding it up right now. The banner is voiding it up, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're here to not worry about that, I suppose. Who knows, maybe I don't need a banner, I'll just remove it. You can't have no banner, so maybe that's my fate. Let's see, is the mouse turned on? It is! Wow! Alright, do we want to start with bingos, or do we want to start with submissions? Do we want to do some reading or some bingoing first? What do we feel like? I feel like I'm calibrated poorly today. I don't know what's up. Honda me, what? Testing your new ARG? No. Oh, submissions reading? Okay, cool. Feel like cozy. I must fight for the banner. I don't know. Hello! Welcome in. Trying to finish the bingo for last minute. Can you ask for submissions first? Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna... you are too late for me to grab your bingo and put it on stream. But if you're just worried about submitting it, worry not. You can submit it whenever. Alright. We will read first. And we're off! Wait, I didn't ask how you guys are. Wait, I take it back. How are you guys doing? How's your Sunday? How's everybody's Sunday? How long will the banner drama last? How long before you can call it the banner saga? I don't know, maybe one more attempt and then it starts to become a saga. This time I made it a PNG instead of a JPEG. Even though it doesn't say what file format it needs to be. I still didn't like it. Cutting the grass, ugh. But fine. Nice. And the procrastination cycle, yep. Pretty nice Sunday, excellent. Morning walk was nice. Car cleaned, dinner cooked. Did you clean your car as thoroughly as my neighbor who yesterday spent over 3 hours cleaning his car? That was quite a time. With loud music playing the whole way. That I could hear inside with the windows closed. It was thrilling. Not fun dream. Ooh, that's never a good time. Doing alright, keeping the cats happy. Nice, nice, nice. I got a 4+ hour drive back home at some point. But you have a Steam Deck waiting for you. Ooh. I'm jogging, doing fine. Getting colder again. Oh. Only 1.5 hours and no music. Well, that sounds way better then. Some Thief and some Book of the New Sun. Ooh. Glad to hear you're getting back to that. I hope the Thief was also fun. Sunday, and pretty good and relaxing, and leftover taters. Let's go. Oh, now I want taters. How could you? How dare you do this? What do you think you are? Drilling. The other day, pretty much the whole day, there was like gravel shoveling or something happening nearby. It's not the worst audio I've been exposed to here in this delightful neighborhood, but it was, I don't know how they spent the entire day on it. I don't know what they could have possibly been doing that took that long. You say that long when you first got your car back when you cared about it. You guys want to guess the last time I cleaned my car? Get to see your cursed middle bingo square. Oh dear. Never? 5 years ago? 1984? Weekly prep. Might see the art course. Nice, nice, nice. I hope you do have time for that. 3 years pre-channel. 20 years ago. When you bought it. Never. First time I got it. The thing is, I don't remember exactly. But it was before I moved. So it's been at least 5 years. I think it got cleaned before the move. So it's been a minute. It has moss growing on it. This is the outside, right? Yeah, I don't clean the inside very much either, but what you mean Walmart? What is it with Walmart lately? What is it with you guys? Walmart. Why am I optimal Walmart viewing? I don't know. New life forms might be heading in there. They might be, yeah. Go through it. That's gonna be permanent, yes. Yeah, I don't know, I think the moss on it is pretty cute. How do VTubers get moss to grow on everything? What do you mean? Is this a trend? I've never heard of it. Your engine shattered from hearing that? Why? The cleanliness of the outside of the car has nothing to do with the engine. The engine's fine as far as I know, so I don't run the car as much as I should. I should probably go move it soon, but pollen. I went outside yesterday. I finally planted my one thing of tomatoes that I started because I really needed to actually get it out there, so I braved the pollen. Boy, did I regret that. Boy, did I regret that. But it, like, anytime I go out, it takes, like, a couple hours for the allergies to hit. You know? Like, I go out and I go, okay, I'm fine. And then I come back and I'm doing my thing, and after a while I go, I'm dying. It's no fun. A sloth VTuber with moss growing on him, that'd be great. That should be me. My car a color that makes the dirtiness more visible or not? I don't know. Not surprised that it's been that long. What brand of car? You don't need to know what brand of car I have. What? No, I guess. I don't know. That's not very identifiable. Is it just the brand of the car? I have a Honda. Antihistamine tablet. Yeah, I don't really take stuff. I don't have anything to take, and I don't want to get anything to take. Yeah, when it came time for me to get a car, my parents, most of my dad went, you will not get an American car. You will never get an American car. We will not stand for it. That was the main, that was the main criteria. Don't watch your car that often as well. At least watch it every allergy season. Oh yeah, it becomes pure yellow. Yeah, yeah. I've witnessed that. New ones are absurdly priced, decent used ones are rare. Oh, mine, no, I won't say that. No wonder I'm so good at keeping a cord. Your younger got regular nosebleeds. It was so bad. Ooh, I didn't have that, but my mom was really obsessive about how bad my allergies were, to the point where, like, I don't know how bad they really were, but my mom thought they were really bad, and I had 3 different allergy medicines that I took, and then I got allergy shots, but the thing is, those helped for where I lived, but now there's different allergens where I live now, and so the shots aren't really doing me any good. They had the right idea. Not bad things about it. Yeah. I briefly had a little truck that had been my granddad's, and I learned to drive on. And then my parents sold it, and I got my car. It was alright. I think it was a Ford. It was like a little truck, you know. I don't drive a Ford pickup truck. I have driven a Ford pickup truck very briefly, but I do not do that. As for now, you prefer Toyota? Yeah. Never had any allergies. Are you a normal person? No. You are a freak of nature. Is that what you're looking for? Yeah, I've never gotten nosebleeds. I mean, I think I've had a nosebleed a couple times, but never regularly. Volkswagens? I think they were kind of out of the price range when we were getting my car. A semi, yeah, definitely. Me and my semi truck. Volvo, Toyota, yeah. It's not a Ford. No, don't. Oh man, don't imagine my car is a Ford pickup truck. Man. Alright, anyway, let's get reading. Alright, replayed Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes for the first time in years. Gotta say it like it more than Phantom Pain. I've never understood what's up with Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. They're like totally different games. For a while, I didn't realize that there were 2 different games. Level design is absolutely peak, tightly paced, and there's not so much fluff to worry about like resource management or helicopter rides or loadouts. There's pure stealth action in a tightly knit sandbox level. Not to say I dislike Phantom Pain, but Ground Zeroes is so simple and snappy, can't help but wish Phantom Pain had been more similar to it. Huh. Ground Zeroes is a prequel game that's way shorter. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Don't get nosebleeds directly, but blow your nose so much? Yeah, I've been there. Motorcycles? Yeah, my dad used to be a motorcycle person when he was a young man. The opening level to Phantom Pain. Huh. Good evening! Also, hello! I can't stay for this one. We'll catch up on the VOD, but have a nice stream. Thank you! Thank you for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed the VOD. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I never really knew what was up with the kind of like the gameplay demo for Phantom Pain released prior to the official game. Oh, why did they release it separately? Konami likes one word in particular. I see. That's interesting. I see. When did something released, the Kojima split the prologue chapter off so you'd have more time? Okay, I get that, I get it. Hello, welcome in. Huh. Well, that's fun. You know that Kojima makes a personal appearance in Ground Zeroes Engi. They're both very fun. Yeah, I think people are kind of split on 5, right? Your pictures coming from the size of Ground Zeroes, it makes the story stand out more where Phantom Pain story spread out. Oh, that does make sense. How's the Sunday going? It's going pretty good. I'm kind of sniffly now. I had to open the window earlier, but other than that, I'm okay. I cooked. Today has been great. I'm glad to hear you've had a lovely Sunday. Welcome in. Yeah, that was right before they split up. What a time. What a time. Well, I'm glad that Ground Zeroes was fun. What did I cook? I made tofu and rice and broccoli slaw. Have I become 70% tofu after eating it? No. That's not how that works. Okay, windy out. Recently read a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court by Mark Twain, as well as the Narnia series, come to a disturbing conclusion. Mark Twain invented isekai, and there are only two. I didn't read this beforehand. So there are only two kinds of isekai: the kind where someone comes to a new world and gets assimilated by it, and the kind where someone comes to a new world and changes it. Works for almost every isekai without fail. Yeah, I think that adds up. Mark Twain invented isekai. Dang. The more you know. Had a vegetarian burger for lunch. It was very good. I've never had a vegetarian burger because I never liked burgers before I was vegetarian. So I'm afraid of them. I've never felt compelled to go out of my way for them. Now you know who to blame. Yeah. Wow. Well, I hope I've never heard of that, by the way, of that Mark Twain book. And I hope Narnia was also fun. I'm sure he would approve of the direction the genre has taken. That one, okay, that one's Narnia. Konosuba. Wow, the more you know. I had no idea that this was the reigning classification system for isekais. I hope it takes off for you. Yeah, apparently it's an American invention. You also have John Carter from Mars. Common human John Carter's teleported to Mars, gains super strength and mobility due to lower gravity, eventually marries a princess. Sure. Why have I heard of the John Carter? There was a movie or something, right? Sounds familiar. But only very vaguely. There was a movie, right? Twain Sekai? Disney movie? A Disney movie 10 years ago. Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of. Hold on, I didn't have a window at the ready for searching things. John Carter's definitely Narnia. Also, John Carter's such a nothing name. Oh my god! The poster for this. I don't think I saw this movie. I don't think I saw this. This doesn't seem familiar, but... Oh man. Oh man, is this something? This looks terrible. Hello! Welcome in. Like Conan? Yeah, okay. It seems like it wants to be like Conan. Oh man, this looks awful. Wow. 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 Yeah, the poster with whatever those are. Terrible. Okay, well that's lovely. We learned things about isekai today. Thank you for informing us about isekai today. Read albums 1 to 5 of Black Sad, a Spanish-French... I've never known how to pronounce this. I've never known how to say this. I don't know how to say French thing. I remember seeing it once playing in some town hall TV. Oh man, yeah, I feel like I haven't seen it, but I recognize it kind of. Hello, I'm not stinky, but hello. Is that even a word? Yes, it's French. Spanish, French, something. By the Spanish creative team of Juan Diaz Canales and Juanjo... I don't remember how to... Is it Garnido or do you pronounce the U? I don't know. My apologies. And published by French publisher... You're really testing me on this one. Okay. I don't know how to say this one. It's a hard-boiled noir detective series set in 1950s America, where everyone is an anthropomorphic animal and the titular John Blacksad being a black cat detective. Oh! The stories are usually set around Blacksad trying to solve a murder mystery while showcasing matters of abuse of power, corruption, racial discrimination, the Red Scare, scamming, etc. Juanjo Gardina's art stands in two ways. He was trained and worked at the French Disney Animation Studios, where he worked on several Disney animated films during the 90s, doing key animation for Tarzan and Atlantis, which means you can often catch the Disney influence on his art. Every page he draws, he also paints it himself by hand using watercolors, which makes it all the more challenging. Sounds fun. I feel like the like Disney animation style is not like my vibe necessarily, but it is fun back when there was, you know, 2D animation and good artists working on it. Ooh, I want to look it up. I feel like I've heard of this, but I knew nothing about it. It was an adventure game. Oh, he does not look like how I expected. Huh. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of images from the game. Like Disney ones? Yeah, same. Those are some of the expressions bring the 90s Disney film. That's cool. I appreciate the watercolor. I've never been a fan of comics with color as just a personal thing, but I do like enjoy these paintings on sort of like on their own. I love watercolor. Page from the 4th album, which picks a Mardi Gras parade, took 11 months to paint? Dang! Oh, this is a really pretty one with a bunch of flowers. A lot of pretty paintings in here. Dang. Dang! I understand being into black and white, but not liking color comics is wild. I don't know what to tell you. They tend to, like, my eyes glaze over. Once you add color to, like, a comic page, it tends to be, and this is, I'm making a general statement here, but it tends to be that, like, my eyes just glaze over because there's just too much happening. Something about the format of a comic page and color just does not work for my brain. Maybe that's because of the execution of the color in a lot of comics I've seen, maybe, or not, I don't know. But it tends to just become like noisy and turns to mush in my head. I don't like it. I don't like looking at it. Easier to read in the dark in bed on phone. Alright, sure. Yeah. It do be manga for me. Watch through. You guys give me things I don't know how to. What is it? Wakfu. Wakfu. Color is weird to get into. Yeah, some stuff does it well. French animated series that's apparently based on a game, but holds up quite well on its own merit. Yeah, I think I've only heard of this as a game. It starts with the classic: the hero and friends go through the country helping those in need, and gradually escalates until the planet itself is under threat in a way that made cohesive sense with the world building. The way that the character relations are written is also very good, with the story not shying away from either death or development and deepening of relationships. Practically binged the 4 seasons and additional OVAs currently released, with season 5 having its Kickstarter funded. It's just a waiting game now. Whoa. The people at Ankama making this show clearly care a great deal for their fans as well, because they recently released the entire show to YouTube free to watch. Highly recommend. I had no idea. I think I've heard of. I don't have an image of this in my head, but I've heard of the title. I think I only knew of this as a game though. Oh, I recognize the logo. I had no idea this was a show. Or that it had so many seasons. I don't remember why I didn't keep watching it. Yeah, I have a lot of things. A decent amount of men, while they're all colored for the most part. Very strange getting acclimated to. Yeah. Every panel starts to look the same after a while. Yeah! Well, this is fun. I really like the color. So bright. Huh. Netflix original series, huh? This looks cute. Quite cute. Alright, and then, these are too long. I will read one of them. This is too much. Very nice animation. Nice. First is a show. I'm supposed to mention. Oh, I didn't remember that. Maybe I didn't look it up then, because it didn't like lodge in my head, like the visual style. Alright, I'm gonna read one of these. We have Mindhunter. Serial killers, although scary, we are always fascinated by the stories surrounding them. But have you ever thought about how they became like this? How did their impulses take over and control them to do these heinous acts? I've never been into true crime. I've never understood it. That's where the Mindhunter comes in. It's a story of how originally 2 FBI agents formed an investigation on how the minds of serial killers work. Wasn't there some sort of controversy around this show? They would go to prison and interview famous serial killers back in the day while also juggling the tasks of finding actual serial killers from the clues they got from the interviews. Beware, they have really nasty sights to look upon and ear-piercing stories to hear. I know Chief loves Berserk 2016 Kirito from SAO and other forms of horror. So why not give this a shot? 10 out of 10. Literally won't stop watching the show. Guarantee it. Also go watch the trailer, smiley face. Huh. Manual called The Breaker. Went from black and white to color. It felt weird at first. It was easy to get used to. Well, that's fun. Very good show. David Fincher directed. Oh. Yeah, that is horrible. Yeah. I feel like I heard of something about this. Maybe I'm thinking of a different true crime thing, though. Also, is this like based on true crime stuff, but it's fictional? I don't. Need sad boy noir detective to bring you to crime dramas? I don't know. I don't think crime dramas for me. Based on a true story, it's more of a drama. Oh, okay. They portrayed Charles Manson at some point. Maybe that was controversial. I don't know. I'm looking. There's nothing on the Wikipedia page, so maybe I'm thinking of something else. I don't know what I'm thinking of, but... Am I one of those women who love serial killer shows? No, I've never been into that kind of thing. Hello, is this the Media Mobile? Bam Bamington, editor-in-chief of the most informative daily journal, something old-timey. Oh, sorry, something old-timey. Yes. Why, yes, indeed. Welcome in. I'm glad Mindhunter was fun. I've never gotten the appeal of true crime things, though, even though this is more of a drama, but it's not quite the same, but still I don't think I would I don't think it's for me. I've never gotten that trend. Not true crime vibes at all. Oh, okay. I don't know. It's still not something I would like choose to watch. I don't think. True crime podcasts are weird. Really are. I mean, it's not just podcasts anymore, right? It's also shows and stuff. No, I don't. People like some strange thing. Anyway, currently playing a game called Gladius. An SRPG. What's an SRPG? Strategy? Set in an ancient Romish world with a bit of Demon Lord Resurrection in the background. Cool! That's fun. I feel like I've heard of this game. No, I didn't type game. That's just a sword. I know, thank you. There we go, the game. No, definitely not the shooter. I think. No, not the shooter. This looks weird. This game is from 2003. There are a lot of games called Gladius. You've seen this and don't know why. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this before. I also can't tell if all these screenshots I'm looking at— Strike Team Gladius? There's a lot of screenshots from a lot of different games in here. You can get units like Yetis, skeletons, minotaurs, and bears. What? Man, ancient Rome was a little wilder than I thought. Xbox One game? Yeah, and the GameCube. I'm slightly into true crime because you found a government-funded documentary episode about a somewhat distant relative of yours. That's weird. No, not Gladio. No. Published by LucasArts. Yeah. Huh. The Gladiator game. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a... You know, all those gladiator yetis back in the day. Just yetis? Of all of the, like, mythological creatures that you could pull from, we got yetis in there. I'm being recommended a video essay that calls it one of the greats. So, it seems fun. That's why we don't have yetis anymore. Oh no. Yeah, the Forgotten City should have told me that it was pretty wild back there, but the Forgotten City didn't have any yetis in it, so how was I to know? The Viking area! Oh, of course. Of course, yes. I see. Well, that's fun. Vikings and Romans? That's right. Wow, my face did something really weird there. What was that? Shouldn't be in the Himalayas? Shh, don't worry about it. Shh, don't ask. Don't worry about it. It's fine. They're you know, the Viking Yetis. We're all aware of this. Everybody knows about the Viking Yeti. A Rome area, a Viking area, a steppes area, and a desert area. Huh. Huh. Well, that's fun. Considering that they seem to be just billing the game as Roman. That seems like all that they're presenting. It does sound odd, but it also does sound like a game from 2003. Rather distinctly. They don't make them like that anymore. It wouldn't be Vikings if there wasn't at least one Yeti on the crew. Everyone knows this exactly. Exactly. Alright, we got Sunless Sea, a videoed game. Recently returned to one of my favorite games. It hits me this time how big of an influence Gene Wolfe was. They even... Oh, they sneak fuels it in there. That's good. Okay, I didn't know that they were actually... Now I'm... Dang it, now I have another game to play. Similar world building style where you get dropped into this complicated world with no explanation, have to piece things together as you go. I have something to mention about that. Hold on. Though after so long in this world, for me it has gone from alien and confusing to mostly understood and almost relaxing. Brilliantly written, flits between whimsy and horror and tragedy effortlessly. Also, you can recruit a sentient mushroom and it's adorable. That sounds like something I would like quite a lot. I've owned Sunless Sea for a very long time and never gotten around to it. And it sounds like I should. That reminds me, there's a Book of the New Sun reference in Path of Exile, of all games. They have the sword in there. I saw that a while ago and I think I forgot to say it on stream. Skeletons couldn't be your Bear Yeti combo. Oh. The Yetis were like their choppers from One Piece. They were medic. The more you know, yeah. I think it's about or not like Gene Wolfe, just the style is a big influence. Yeah. Well, that sounds lovely. Maybe one day I'll play it. I think it's a game I could not stream, of course. But I have it, and I'm now additionally intrigued by it. And I'll get there one day. Most assuredly. Yeah. Gameplay might be a barrier, but it's worth it. I don't even know what you mean by that. Sure. Yeah, it sounds really cool, doesn't it? I've always thought it seemed really neat. I can't check how long it's been on my wish list because, it's not in my wish list, I own it, but... Will Steam show me how long I've had it? No. I've owned it for a while. Takes some work to get into. Oh, okay. Properties? No. No. Okay, never mind, it won't tell me. I've played it before, it's unforgiving, but not in the traditional sense. One day I'll get to it. One day I'll get to it. Under support. Oh, it does! I purchased this game on December 30th, 2021. Apparently. And I'm sure it was on my wish list for at least 3 or 4 years before that. What made me buy it then? 2021? The end of 2021? Why did I... What made me buy it? And never touch it? Huh, I have no idea. But anyway, Sunless Sea seems really cool. It's really been a while. Yeah, maybe yeah, it must have been a sale. But I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Playing games? Nah. Collecting games? Yeah. It was part of a bundle. I don't know. It says I purchased it on Steam. So I don't know. We also have Tomb Raider 2, a game with video. About halfway through this one, Tomb Raider 1 is an all-timer for me. Tomb Raider 2 so far is solid, but doesn't quite reach those heights. The amount of combat, especially against human enemies, has been cranked way up. This is bad because 1, the combat sucks, especially when the enemies have guns, and 2, it ruins the Lonely Explorer vibes of the first one. Tomb Raider 2's levels are also mostly urban or modern places. That sounds kind of weird for Tomb Raider, not what I would have expected. Which sure was cool at the time it came out, but again, the vibes are off. The platforming / puzzle / navigation are mostly good, but the intangibles are gone. Tomb Raider 1 feels like an ancestor to Eco. Tomb Raider 2 feels closer to Uncharted. That's rough. Hello, great welcome in. I'm something of a game collector myself. You own Persona 3 through 5 and 2 SMT games on Steam, but haven't finished one Persona game yet. Nice. Hello, feel like a zombie. Welcome in. I hope this stream helps you feel less like a zombie. Oh, that's bad. Oh no. Oh no. Can't imagine having combat frequently. Oh no. Sounds like it's a great time. What's the game I've owned longest without playing it? I don't know if I can check that. I think there's way too many things in here for me on my Steam for me to check that. I used to buy random bundles with a bunch of garbage in them, so I have a bunch of that kind of stuff. So probably as long as I've had my Steam account. The movement was peculiar. It lacks dinosaurs, aliens, and kinda eldritch horrors like the first Tomb Raider. Sounds like it, yeah. And honestly, that sounds like it is a pure loss. Eat the skeletons with your bear and yeti. Now you have a skeleton that can summon skeletons. Oh, that's great. From a humble bundle? Yeah, definitely. There's a secret in the first level where you get ambushed by 2 T-Rexes, which was pretty funny. Oh, that sounds great, yeah. Valkyria Chronicles for 10 years, haven't even downloaded it. Wow, hold on, let me see if I got something here. This seems like it would have been in my library for a long time. There's a game from 2017 that I've never played. What else have I never touched in here? Oh, we got one from March 2015. Never touched. Another one from March 2015 from the same bundle, surely. There's gotta be some older in here, I don't know. Goat Simulator, April 2014. Ooh, hello, welcome in. How about this one? Nope, that's the wrong place. January 2015. They still have We Are the Dwarves at 98% discount. What? What is that? That sounds lovely. No, that's more recent. How about this one? Nah, that's 2015 again. How about this one? September 2014? I bought Half-Life as part of a bundle with like all of the additional... It comes with all of the like extra whatever things. So that there's like 50 entries of Half-Life on my Steam library. So I have that in here. that's old. I've never opened it and I never will. I gifted Tomb Raider 3 for Windows 98. Ooh boy. Never even opened the box. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I think that's the old stuff in my Steam library. Exciting stuff. Well then I gotta stretch. Oh. They did have big boxes, they did, yeah. Listen, I've played Half-Life. I played Half-Life before. Alright, we got Conscript, a game, a World War I game, which always piques my interest. Exploring, sneaking, and fighting through the trenches with gameplay heavily inspired by classic Resident Evil games, but with Germans instead of zombies, who often behave just as smart as zombies, and have seemingly allied with the Rat Kingdom. Okay. Lots of tense moments and a great atmosphere, though it does feel a bit slow and clunky to play at some points. I've never heard of this game. It's I think exactly the kind of thing I would have never heard of, but sounds fun. A Resident Evil style thing is always a good time, I think. Well, maybe not always, but has potential to be a good time. I don't... Something's funky with my computer today. It's running slow. It's like keeps lagging. Oh, I've seen the like thumbnail image for this before, I think. Yeah, it has a very dark visual style to it. Fun. Hold on, I want to check something quick. Okay. Where's classic art influence on his sleeve? Yeah. Yeah. It was never daytime during World War I, as we all know. Of course. Everybody knows that. It's the first thing you learn in history class when they get to World War I. It was just like in Final Fantasy 15. when there was no daytime. It's exactly the same. And then World War I ended when the king came out of the crystal. Anyway. Haven't had your Steam account for long. On your shelf, I have a copy of The Bachelor, the video game. For the DS. I never touched it. The Bachelor? Why do you have it? Also, hello, welcome in. He bit it and the sun hit its face. Yeah, FF15 is historically accurate. Yeah, 100%. It was the color wizard? What? Yep, definitely. Alright. I keep getting distracted by, like, the space above my desk. Yesterday there was a bug. I'll shame people's game taste. I couldn't tell you. It's The Bachelor, the video game for the DS. Anyway, I have, there was a bug wandering around the wall behind my desk yesterday for a really long time, and now I keep getting paranoid that he's back, even though he can't be back because I took him outside. I keep thinking I see him out of the corner of my eye. So my window is over there. The wall is over here. He came from the window, and he climbed over to the wall, and then he would very, very slowly make his way down the wall, back behind the monitor where I couldn't see him, and then I wouldn't see him for a second, and then he would run all the way back up to the stairs. And then he'd kind of go And he'd make his way carefully back down, and he'd run back up, and I was like, I don't... What is this bug doing? What is he doing? What is the objective here? Eventually he moved on, but... Yeah, do you play as the Bachelor or a contestant? That's a good question. How does that work? Yeah, he was on my bed. He ended up on my bed. I went to pick up socks from the floor, and I saw something on the edge of my bed, and I went, oh, it's a bit of string. And I went to brush it off, and then right before my hand hit it, I went, wait! That's not string? And I went and got him to crawl on a piece of paper. I was like, buddy, you cannot stay there. It was a stink bug. Played the Grinch game for PS1. Ooh, that's gotta be great. But yeah, that was my adventure with a buddy yesterday. Alright, we have Kingdom the manga. Historical manga series set in China during the 3rd century BC, which largely focuses on warfare and politics as it follows the conquest leading to the First Chinese Empire. Standouts are the detailed art, a huge cast of great and varied characters, and the large-scale battle set pieces. Though heavily fictionalized, it still stays grounded in real history with the neat gimmick of quoting actual sources after certain big events. Just a bit more than halfway caught up with the now 800 plus chapters, and it's already one of my favorites. Sadly, there's no official translation, and I haven't heard too many good things about the anime adaptation. I started reading Kingdom once. I read the first couple chapters. Or maybe only the first chapter. There was a time when I went through and just read a bunch of first chapters for a bunch of different manga. And I thought that Kingdom was one I could see going back to. Not as like a favorite for me, I think, but I'd go back to it if I ever set aside time. It is very long, and I don't know if it's enough of my kind of thing to make it worth how long it is. I don't know, it seemed fun. Experience the excitement of the TV show as you compete for the affections of the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. It's up to you to make an impression that will leave your suitor with only one option: to offer you up the rose! It says on the back. I see. Wait, what if you start the game and you, don't like the Bachelor or Bachelorette presented? What if you, don't care for them very much? If you were playing as the Bachelor or Bachelorette, then it makes more sense because, you have all of these other options. But then also, I guess they would have had to do more thorough writing on a lot more characters, so that wouldn't really... For a primetime TV reality show game, they maybe didn't want to do all that. But Chris Harrison is in the game! You can sabotage your other contestants and interact with real-life bachelors and bachelorettes. You make a dating profile and compatibility chart. Wow. The more you know. Huh. Anyway, Kingdom seems pretty cool. Fun art. Very long. I feel like you don't hear about Kingdom very much. I feel like I don't know who the Kingdom fandom are, but I feel like they're kind of quiet, at least as far as I've ever heard. Think they're gonna put effort into the Bachelor the Nintendo DS? No. There are not more fish in the sea, so reel it in or die alone. Wow. There's those mobile game ads where you choose between the rich child and poor child to make your daughter what? Where you do what now? We get different ads. I've never seen those. It's a very niche series as historical manga tends to be. I guess so, yeah. Imagine raising up bachelorettes on the Nintendo DS. I've seen those awful Game of Sultan ads. No, I have not. You do yours here, it's peak. Yeah, that's what I hear about Kingdom 2 is people who do like it a lot, but There's not very many. I guess it's probably partly because there is no official translation. Is because it's inherently less popular because of that, but The Bachelor remastered for the Switch too. That's the big launch title that they were holding off on in the direct. That's gonna get everybody to buy it day one. That's it. We watched that direct about the Switch 2 and we went, oh man, this is, I don't know, it's kind of lackluster. They really didn't bring out the big guns for this launch. I don't know. It's because they were holding back the Bachelor remaster. It'll normalize $100 games. No, that's what GTA 6 is for. Wish they give it the Skyrim treatment. Yeah, add Waluigi. Now there you go. Anyway, seems lovely. We also have Pokemon Black 2 video game. Bro, I'm not explaining what Pokemon is again. Fair. Black 2 is cool as heck though. Just beating the 7th gym and it's rapidly becoming one of my favorite Pokemon games. Pokemon variety, the way it handles being a direct sequel to Black 1, the sheer amount of side content. This is the Pokemon game I've wanted for years and I can't believe I've waited this long to play it. That sounds great. I know nothing about it, honestly. I hardly knew it existed. But I'm glad it's a good time. Stay with you. Okay, we get Kyle a copy of this game. He becomes popular enough with these dating types to go on the actual Bachelor and leave for good. He could. He could do, you know? You might be onto something. It'll be the first $200 game with Mario Kart integration so you can race with the Bachelor. This is the future of gaming! Oh no. What feels like all modern Pokemon ROM hacks are based off of in a good way. Oh, okay, cool. Do they bury Bachelor contestants? No, like he'll go live with he'll go live in the mansion that you are obliged to live in as a former contestant on The Bachelor with your chosen bachelorette when you ride off into the sunset of. Is The Bachelor still on TV? Do they still make that? No, they don't, you don't get a mansion. You just have to have one. I don't want to read the next one. This is the last one also. I don't know if sure it's still a thing. Yeah, it probably is. Bad things never die. Does that mean you guys are gonna be stuck with me for a really long time? Forever? Season 29? We can only hope. Wow. Alright. Devil May Cry the anime. Wacky Woohoo Pizza Van fights 3 random bosses from the franchise while riding a cool motorcycle down a highway with Papa Roach's Last Resort blasting through my speakers. Something inside me reawakens. My 14-year-old self emerges from my conscience like Neo awakening from the Matrix. Tears stream down my face as I sing along with my wife and friends. Canon be darned by God, they've done it again. I rate it 12 unnecessary lady F-bombs out of 10, excited to watch episode 4 next. Bloopy, how many drinks had you had? Just out of curiosity. Can you make submission here in the chat? Yeah, it is. As long as it fits the YouTube character count. How do you feel about the political elements? Aren't they great? Had to be at least 2. No one listened to this man about anything ever again. I know, right? 0 drinks? Whoa. Oh dear. We have an anime remake for Yaiba Samurai Legend. The same creator, Detective Conan, came out this month. Reaction is, I'm gonna cry with how beautiful the art style and colors is. Nice. That's fun. I should look at it. Politics, who cares? Dante did a cool flip. Alright. Did you enjoy all of Dante's pop culture references? I think that I watched a video about it. And I think that my takeaway on what the... Oh, this is a lovely art style. To see it captured in an anime. I think my takeaway on what it seems like the series is, keep in mind, I watched a video on it. I haven't watched it, and I never will. It seems like it's less a Devil May Cry show and more a love letter, a nostalgia love letter to the 90s and early 2000s. And it's just that Devil May Cry happens to be a part of Adi Shankar's nostalgia for that time period. And that's where he got to vent all of this. That is the medium through which he gets to express this nostalgia. Did the music stop? No, but it sounds like it did. It's just very quiet. Okay. Ready Player Dante! No. I remember the first DMC anime was really boring. I don't think it was exceedingly stoic. Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, hello! I'm doing pretty good today. I hope you are doing well. But yeah, it seems fun. I don't know anything about it, but it looks cool. Doing good? Good to hear. It's like he played through the story for DMC once when they came out and all the characters are based off of his loose memory. That sounds... yeah. That sounds very right. Yeah. Well... Well... Man, why is everything lagging? Cut it out. I think the OG Madhouse DMC anime. I know a lot of people do like it, actually. His off is depressed in it, aside from when he's fighting. Makes sense, though, especially since it's after DMC 1. Yeah, I don't know. I know some people do like it quite a bit. I think I've seen a couple episodes, and I don't remember much about it, honestly. So, I don't know. Next up, we got Bingo. Also, howdy. We got Bingo. Man, what is going on? What do I need to close? What is upset? What is the problem? 76% memory's not that bad. Come on. It's probably YouTube doing. This is probably a YouTube issue. I haven't restarted my browser in a bit. But anyway, we got a lot of bingos! Look at them all! Let's look at them closer now. Oh. Let's look at them closer now! Let me make sure I got the right navigational tool. Grab my hand. Get my hand out. Get ready. Enhance. We got Lighthouse Horror, which I believe we've had on here before. Spore for nostalgia. Beautiful. We got a Overlord Bug. We got The Hobbit. I'm so sorry. We've got very spooky pick right there, that's for sure. We got some Transformers. We got a lot of Overlord in here, I'm seeing. This is a wild book cover, I must say. Yeah, also the theme for this bingo is the bingo 1-year anniversary, so these were all themes that we had seen previously in other bingos collected here. It seems like quite a book. Very fun. We also have pizza. We have the Living Dead, yeah. The Return of the Living Dead. We have a cute miniature Ronnie. That's beautiful. Coffin of Andy and Laylee. Oh dear. Oh dear. Contains Mushroom Monster Hunter. Good pick. Good pick. Grace Given. Oh, that's a good pick for published this year. Good shark pick. I haven't listened to this yet. I know I need to. I haven't yet. This just insults other branches of science through anecdotes throughout the book. That's so weird. Okay. Toho games for nostalgia. That's fun. That's also a lot of games. Something cool. Hold on. Enhance. Middle-aged man trading cards? What? Middle-aged man trading cards? Okay. Okay. Sure. Middle-aged man trading cards are taken off. That's very cool. Yeah, why not? Code Vein OST. I've heard good things about that. Wow. Oh, and this is Orb. I've heard of Orb. It sounded interesting. I think we talked about Orb on a previous one of these streams. Very nice, very nice. Then we have this bingo over here, which comes with a surprise. They finally made up a deck of guys. They did. Something cool. I don't know about that. Bug! That's a great bug. This bingo comes with a surprise because we have all of these things here, but this isn't all. This is the bingo, but apparently this is the real bingo. Apparently this is a more accurate version of this bingo. So, make of that what you will. Apparently it's a manga and a cult classic and an anime from before 2000 and a book, and I don't know what that... It fits every square. Yeah. With the power of blue lightning explosions. I love it's like even torn through this is so detailed. So yeah, that's apparently the perfect media. Who knew? It's got everything, apparently. But yeah, that's Monster Hunter. We've got more. We've got the ultimate bingo in here. We've done everything except get a bingo. Which is a choice, I suppose. We got Jailboy Bebop, which is I mean, I love the cast of Jailboy Bebop. Make not getting bingo a square. That's like anti-bingo. They say art shouldn't try to be everything to everyone. Monster Hunter said why not. We joke, but they're working on that. A fun acoustic guitar song, a fun mushroom. We got a fun cool thing. We got some kind of abomination. I don't know what this is. Benjamin Button. A lot of people don't realize, I think, that Benjamin Button is a story written by S. Scott Fitzgerald. I think most people just know the movie. Something spooky, that is indeed. We got Photo Man. Whatever that subtitle says. It has gotten crunched. I don't know if it's, Photo Man across the Jailiverse. I don't remember what the original title of the film is. From the hit Cats movie. No! Yeah, that wasn't an abomination. Nostalgia, we got Oblivion, excellent. We got more pizza. We have some very slightly modded Sonic for horror. Excellent. We've got a beautiful miniature Boo. We've got some Joe Abercrombie. I tried reading one of his books once and it didn't quite do it for me. Indie game pick. Oh yeah, I didn't know this came out. I remember seeing trailers for this at some point. Next model leak reel? What, this? We have the Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess for manga, which is really something else. Also nice pick for Bug. Playtests and the dialogues were actually funny. What? Actually funny dialogue? Whoa! Alright, we got the most horrific thing ever, a job interview. I believe in that. I love this. That's lovely. Something cool. Me with sunglasses, if you say so. Bug! Wind Waker randomizer. Ooh, fun. As a play by myself, maybe, who knows? Angular Masterclass. What? Building production-ready applications with advanced techniques and best practices. Ooh! Very exciting. Something spooky. Very, very spooky indeed, that is. Paprika is a wonderful, wonderful movie. Very nice. Very lovely bingo we got here. Oh, and Perfect Blue. Nice. And Shark Island. So many lovely picks. Alright, what else we got here? Final Fantasy 2. Nice. Sea breeze on a warm day. That is cool. That's true. We got a lot of 40k. We have our required monthly inclusion of 40k out of the way. Covered. We got Monster Hunter Wilds. A lot of Monster Hunter for Mushroom. A lot of Monster Hunter picks for mushrooms. Bugs Life. Fun. Another Final Fantasy. 4 cheese in the freezer. Oh man. Why would you do that to the pizza? What did it ever do to deserve? What's the word I want? I don't know. Suffering in your freezer. Balatro, very nice. What was it thinking about? What were you thinking about? Computer, you good? Anyway, we got Ghost in the Shell, very fun. We got, I'm gonna interpret this as being about warrior cats. I hope you enjoyed reading those. And cats hiding at night is pretty spooky, that's true. That's true. Its price went up. Oh. That sucks. You hate to see the price of pizza go up. That should be illegal. Alright, and then our last round of bingos. The bound shark! Who would bind a shark? What have they done? What have they done to my brother? Let him be free! Free him! Man. We also have this lovely mushroom down here. They know what they did. Maybe I don't. No idea. Oh, okay. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Very fun. We got Tomb Raider. We got Talos Principle. We got the Claw. We got Pathologic. Very fun. The Matrix. And a good little smattering of Thief. He drew a mustache on himself. That's so good. Miss that book caught your interest because it seems like if Faith was instead a horror Lord of the Rings fan fiction. A love child with what? Oh, I see. Honestly, so far not bad. That does sound like a Joe Abercrombie book. It's the one I tried. It was from it's like the first one in his main big series or whatever, and I couldn't get into it. I tried. Yeah, I will definitely overthrow the world's governments and stabilize the pizza prices. Yes. Everybody, universal basic pizza. I will implement when I am in charge of everything. Yes. All right. Oh, we have pseudo regalia. We have magic at 1. We have magic at level 1. Okay, something I found out about alt magic. So I started actually training magic, and then I didn't check on alt magic because I looked into alt magic, and I went, this is useless. I'll just train magic for real. And then I actually trained magic, and then I came back and I found that alt magic has actually useful things in it. And so now I'm back and I'm an alt magic believer. But that's disgusting. That should be in horror thing. More than this guy. But anyway, cool pizza. Cool oblivion, cool bug. Cool mushroom soup. Cool something cool. I've never heard much about the Dying Light OST. Is that a goose? Is that a little goose? What's it? Is that a... Is that what I think it is? How does... It's him. How does this happen? What leads to this? What series of decisions leads to this? A vampire goose. Your friend 3D printed him. Who modeled him? That's still somebody still. A series of intelligences. Now he holds your clock. Well, that's good. That's you gotta have someone reliable for that. Who better than the vampire goose? All right. That's incredible. All right, we have a very full bingo over here. We got X-Arm again. It returns. It will never escape X-Arm. We have good emo song picks. The stuff you put on previous bingos. I think that's fun. That's cool to see. We got Undertale. We got Puss in Boots. Making a Google Doc about how I'm the greatest VTuber ever. That sounds like it's gonna be a short Google Doc. What do you got on there so far? We got Chimera Ants. We got Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which just came up in stream the other day. What do you think of the edgy villain lad you put in anime before 2000s? Trying to find good pictures of. That's them some shoulder pads or whatever you would call these. That's a look. I think one has nice OST. Can't pinpoint what you love about it, but it's a vibe. Fun. Airplane wings? Yeah, he has really stylish airplane wings. Little Nightmares is a fun miniature pick. We got Lord of the Rings. That's a tiger shark? What is that? Only watched half an episode? It counts. It still counts. Scott Pilgrim. Oh boy, that is, got voice, model, and gameplay. As well as jokes as positives. Okay. Yeah, that definitely adds up to yeah. I see we still like to remind me of my terrible old drawings that I did for thumbnails back in the day. Spookies is always fun. And the Smurfs, that does contain a mushroom. Are there a lot of mushrooms in the Smurf? I guess it would make sense that they're so small. And Shadow the Hedgehog, excellent pick. Tiger Sharks is an 80s cartoon made by the Thundercats guy. Okay, I guess that's not surprising. Oh, they were trying to make a third Thundercats. I see. Wow. Well, that's lovely. And that's been the bingo. Especially of the Mario Kart one. I didn't draw the Mario Kart thumbnail. That one's by Bloopy. It even says so on the thumbnail. I didn't draw that. That's a great drawing that I did not do. Yeah, great bingos. And here is our next bingo. Apologies to anybody in the southern hemisphere. This is a spring bingo. Oh no, the Thundercats are in your mind palace. Oh no, what havoc will they wreak? I shifted wrong. Everything's wrong. Hold on. Okay. It is so green like the beautiful leaves outside and the growing plants and whatnot. I feel like I didn't come up with as many spring things as I could have, but I think we still got the vibe going. We got movie for when the allergies hit. We got a painting with flowers. We got some nice light game OST. We have one I thought was fun. We have adapted into a movie and movie adaptation, so you could pick that to be the same sort of thing or no. Are you wishing something upon us without square? No, the allergies don't have to hit, but you know if they do, you what are you reaching for? Or if you don't have allergies, imagine a movie when you get a cold. I don't know. Yeah, fresh book, never frozen. A fresh, never frozen book. Yeah. Elaborate on fresh book. I don't. Fresh, never frozen. When allergies hit, you reach for a wet flannel? What? What does that mean? What? For the itchy eye. What? Huh? What type of movie is good for when allergies hit? That's up to you! A book you just caught that morning. A shirt? I thought this was an allergies place. I've never heard of this. Wet flannel. I've never heard of this. You don't get itchy eyes. Yeah, I get itchy eyes, but I don't... That's a book about fishy. If you wanna, if you want a fishy. I love that game just keeps giving us beautiful, just one-off lines. First it was, what the get on? Now it's, you want a fishy? I wonder who's next. You want a fishy? Anyway, I'm good. Something wet and cold in the eyes to calm them down, best medicine. Oh, you know, chamomile's really good for that. If you like steep some chamomile and then soak something in it, put it on your eyes, it's very good for eye irritation of various kinds. I've done it, it works. Alright, well that was you guys' month in the form of submissions and bingos. Thank you everybody who joined in. I hope it was fun and I hope you had a good month of things. And I will try to remember to get the new bingo posted. Give me your strongest fishy seller. Oh, hello! British meat? No. Never. Why? What? Anyway, we had not a lot of games this month on the channel. We've had a lot of long-running games going lately. So not a lot of variety in the games. Honestly, it kind of looks like I missed some just by how few there are for an entire month, but that's just how it is sometimes. We did play a lot of games on this day, so that kind of makes up for it. We played Bad Ben, which is perhaps the most important thing we've ever done. Yeah. We got some Deep Rock in there, that was a good time. We're almost done with one run of Lives of P. We certainly did play the Forgotten City across a couple of member streams, and that was certainly something. Yeah, we did have our situational awareness button at the ready at all times. And Sinking City continues to be quite a romp, I must say. Missed a lot of goals from it. Yeah, it was quite a time. It was quite a time. Yeah, this was not a lot of games this month, but don't worry, I came prepared with a lot of other things I have going on from this month. I did quite a bit of reading for my challenge. Hold on, let me... And I didn't arrange these as well as I could. You move over. You move over. Move over. Crowd in there. Crowd in there. There we go. Alright. There we go. I did a lot of reading. And my final page count. A virtual booktuber reads things that are virtually books. Anyway, my final page count was 2,105. That number including 17 chapters of manga that I counted as half the real page count. Ta-da! I did it. I could have done better. There were plenty of days I slacked off, actually. I could have done better. I also thought that I could finish the Secret Garden before the stream today, but I didn't. I got kind of close. But then I didn't read this morning at all, and I didn't read very much last night either, so... I don't know if I did the impossible, but I did it, yeah. My pages, the objective was 2,025 pages. So yeah, it was a good month. I feel good about all the reading I did. There are a lot of really short books in here that I read the entirety of. I read all of Piranesi, Murder on the Orient Express, Frankenstein, and I think I had started Pinocchio before this challenge. I read all of Bird by Bird within this time. I think those are the only ones that I read like in their entirety during this. You lose points by going overboard. Excuse you? No, I do not. I only read a little bit of manga. I read a fair bit of the Odyssey. I thought I would finish it, but then I ended up picking up The Secret Garden, so I didn't. I left Double Zeta on here because I'm pretty sure I watched it at least a little bit this month, but I don't really remember. Favorite reading of the month? I'm gonna go with Frankenstein as my favorite read of this month. I think it's definitely the one that's going to stick with me the most out of everything I have read here in this time. That and Bird by Bird, I think, but in like a very different way. Yeah. Eye of the World is on here because I technically picked it up and read like 10 pages at some point. A sailing book? No, this is a writing book. Not a sailing book. But it's a writing book around a sailing metaphor. Seems to have had a big effect. Yeah, it has. It definitely was the book that got me to actually pick up a pen, so. Did I finish the jail arc? Not quite, no. Not quite. I'm not done with volume 56. That was another thing I thought I might do, but when am I gonna write my own story? Never! Yeah, I had also forgotten that I finished Stormbringer this month during this challenge. So I got that on there. I'm still not very far in Once and Future King, but I am liking it quite a bit. I enjoy it. Looking forward to my novel. There will not be one to look forward to. Yeah, Pinocchio was fun. We'll have a lot of talks for Pinocchio once we get to Lies of P New Game Plus. That's kind of what I read it for. Imagine if you did write a novel, the author photo is your bottle. An anthology. No. I'm working on a manga. No, I've learned my lesson. I will not ever attempt that again. But no, maybe one day I'll have to actually come up with like a pen name. But I don't expect that would be anytime even relatively soon. I don't think I need to worry about it. And you guys also don't need to worry about it. If I ever write anything like that, I mean, I want to work on manga. I tried to and realized that I could not do it either mentally or physically. There's a cover for food, and it's fantastically disgusting. It's a very famous painting. What's his name? Archimboldo? Yeah, people made out of food. There's like, I think they're like seasonal. I think there's 4 of them, one for each season. But I think people know this one mostly. Evelyn Fee. No. Anyway, yeah, if I ever write anything worth reading, I don't intend for it to be shared here. So that's just a me thing. But yeah, that was my month. I did a lot of reading. I did a lot. And I want to keep doing a lot of reading. I have I wanna pick up some short stories more. I have this Gene Wolfe short story collection down here that I've read some of. I've read maybe a third of it. I'm picking it up. No, maybe a quarter of it. I have a fair bit left. I have to say, this is the strangest book in terms of not the content of the book, but like the printing of the book. It's very large. And I don't know why. It's like a really, really large paperback, and I have no idea what the motivation was. But it's been fun, and I want to read more short stories to maybe get me closer to being able to write some. Which one? The Best of Gene Wolfe one. Yeah. That's my plan going forward with reading more short stories. Plus, I gotta finish the Odyssey. I gotta finish Secret Garden. I gotta finish. That's all the only stuff that I'm like within reach of finishing. It's better to pick up The King in Yellow. Ooh, along with 1984. Looking forward to reading those. Oh, I hope you enjoy The King in Yellow. It's a good one. You want me to write stories so you can see my cringe OCs? Or like, if I write stories, it's not going to be about my cringe OCs, I promise. What's the red one into top right? That's War and Peace, which I threw in here because I technically read a little bit of it, but I mostly didn't. Seriously large to some reason other than having a lot of pages. No, it's not like the page count. It's not large by like page count. It's large by like the dimensions of the book. You know what I mean? Like if I hold it next to my very standard size copy of Frankenstein, it's like inch and a quarter taller. and however much wider also. Like it's a very large book for some reason. Yeah, it's just oddly sized, yeah. Not by page count. But I think making it this big reduced the page count because there's a lot of print per page. I don't know. Hello, War and Peace. Who's that? I'm doing well though. Yeah, I don't know why they made it like that. You can truly bask in it, I guess. It makes it hard to hold though. But anyway, it's been a fun read so far. I feel like I had more to say. I don't know. I will keep reading, keep trying to write, hope that keeping reading will help me with writing, even though I'm not 100% sure it does. Yeah. But that was the challenge, and I did it. What do you think of Pinocchio? Is that infringing on Liza P content? I liked it. It was fun. It was cute. Yeah. Am I gonna make another challenge? I was thinking I might. Anything in particular that stuck with you from the books? Like what regard? Hard to assume the more you read, the more you learn how to write, kind of like reference. Yeah, that's true, but also, you know, people read a lot of books and that doesn't mean they can write. You know? How's it feels to be so red this month? Do you plan on keeping up with the trend next month? I would like to, but I also have something else that I would like to be dedicating some time to in the coming month. So I'll probably have a little bit less reading time going on. But I mean, generally, I tend to be oppressed by the feeling of there being too many things that I want to read, and I can't possibly get to them all in the time that I would like to get to them, so I want to read as much as I can. So there's that. So, like, I want to always be reading a lot, but whether that'll keep happening is... It is what it is. But yeah, there was also, I believe my ability to learn to write. Well, thank you. I don't, but thank you. There's also been a couple of times where I was like, I kind of want to take more time for attempting writing, but then I was like, no, I got reading to do, and leave myself no. Freeform reading, yeah. Some way to describe things, the way they wrote something that made you go, oh, that's a nice way to put on paper. Oh, I mean, like, all the time. I don't know if you want me to, like, read something. I don't know, there's a lot of that. throughout like all of these. So, well, maybe not all of them. I would say that like, I expected to get more out of like Murder on the Orient Express than I did. That one definitely didn't like do much for me, but most of the other stuff I enjoyed. I mean, I didn't not enjoy that, but it didn't, you know, influence me. Do I make notes or highlight passages or anything on me? Yeah, I tend to highlight. Or if I have a physical book, I have book darts. Then I mark some stuff with. It kind of depends on the vibe. Like I haven't marked anything in Odyssey. Nothing's jumped out at me. Well, I have a couple different things I do. Okay, so if it is an ebook, I highlight things. If it is a physical book, I have book darts. Goodbye, have a good sleep. And then I also have my little notebook that I shared my pen from. And if I have like a distinct idea that I want to hold on to that's like kind of short and easy to capture, or it's like not directly, if it's something like a tangent from a thought, or I don't know. I also make little notes of ideas in this book. Yeah. What did you get from reading only good books? All's good and all needs an impression. Yeah. What were your expectations going to Orient Express compared to what you really got out of it? I don't know. I just expected like so much of the book is just dialogue. And like that's fine. And that makes sense for like what the book is, but also there's a lot of, I think I mentioned this during a stream at some point, was like there was a lot of assumption that I exist in the same time period the book was written in, and I'm familiar with the settings and whatnot, in a way that I don't know, I would have hoped that we were painting more of a picture, you know? It was mostly just, you know, the thing is happening and there you go, it's happening. I don't know, there's fun character work. I think that's the main draw of it, actually. What things do I tend to highlight? A lot of things. I don't know. Anything that I think is a fun idea or that I might want to come back to. If it's nonfiction, I highlight. The food book, I've only read a bit of it, but the food history book, I've highlighted so much stuff. I've highlighted almost everything. I need to stop. Any note or highlight I want to share? Of course not. You guys should know I don't like sharing this sort of thing. There's a 400-year-old shark in the world. Sure you weren't around when these books were written? I wish I was. That sounds like it'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I have anything in particular to share. Let me see what I have. I shared with you that interesting moment of translation in the Odyssey the other day. I don't know, I put a lot of marks in Frankenstein, but maybe not as many as I could have. Ew. Tell YouTube you don't want to see that. I think practical stuff. That's for pretty passages and nothing else. I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mostly hold on to stuff for the sake of like fun ideas that I like. Where I go, oh, I want to hold on to that in my brain. There's a lot of marks in Frankenstein where like I think I marked like every literary reference. What appealed to me so much? I don't know. I felt like very me themes. Like I think it has a lot in common thematically with like Bloodborne, of the like science going too far for the sake of progress and dealing with the consequences of that, and I don't know. I just loved it. And I'm bad at talking about this kind of thing, and maybe if I was better at it, I'd be better at writing, but Oh, there's a really fun from the author's introduction to Frankenstein. I marked a very fun section where she's talking about how there was a challenge to write like a ghost story, and that's like where this book came from. And they were like inspired by different ghost stories that were like on hand there, and were like, let's all write a ghost story. And she's talking about how she couldn't come up with an idea, and she says, I thought and pondered vainly. I felt that blank I can't read. I felt that blank incapability of invention, which is the greatest misery of authorship, when dull nothing replies to our anxious invocations. Have you thought of a story? I was asked each morning, and each morning I was forced to reply with a mortifying negative. And I went, wow, I could feel that. And then this came out of that, so like, that's pretty good. And then we got Frankenstein. Just the blank incapability of invention. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. I guess I was entirely a Plan B story while trying to think of what they really want to make. No, it was made as like it was made to the prompt of a ghost story. No. This was leading up to actually coming up with the idea for Frankenstein. Turns out everyone goes through the same cycle. Yeah, that's what like Bird by Bird is largely about, is that like it sucks for everybody. But I don't know, being in trying to write, it's hard to like see that even if this does happen for everybody, that like I can get through it to anything. Yeah. Like, just because all of these great authors got through this feeling doesn't mean I ever will. But yeah. A good month for reading. I don't know. Very it is what it is kind of thing with writing. I feel like every stream now is just talking about writing and saying largely the same thing about it every time. So, apologies about that, I think. Eventually I'll finish getting through Game of Thrones so that I can read the next one of that. Everyone has the capacity to be great, except me. Yeah. I also have a list of books that I want to get. I made a list the other day of books I would like to get to, in addition to short stories and stuff. There's just too much. But I was like, okay, these are books. I want to buy some more books. And then I went, maybe I shouldn't be buying more books, etc. Yeah, there's a lot out there. There's a lot to be done, but also not a lot to be done, and a lot of flailing around and being confused to do and whatnot. You know how it is. A lot of gaming to do. A lot of projecting to do, maybe, potentially. Nice to hear about my valiant fight for creativity. I'm glad you see it that way. Especially demolish this challenge and chugging through books in your free time. Last time we did this challenge, it was a 500-page lesson, didn't get complete. No, I think I beat it last time. No, I definitely beat it last time, but it was 500 pages less. And I think I had relied on, not just, like, prose reading as well for the page count. But yeah, I don't know, I was also streaming longer back then and doing other stuff more. So, I don't know, all I do is read now. It is what it is. That's the catchphrase around here. Yeah, who knows? Maybe one day I'll figure things out. But I was thinking, on this note, I keep just like trailing off and rambling about the same thing instead of saying that I think, maybe we do another challenge. I have an idea for another challenge for the next month. Do you think you do more reading now compared to in the past? Yes, definitely. Yeah, that stream was long. Your productive month though? Yeah, I think so. I find this quite productive. It's productive in my own sense, even if not in a traditional sense. I was thinking that this month we could establish the challenge for me to play a game off stream. Not counting Melvor. Not counting Melvor, of course. In a bohemian way, I guess. Whoa, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a wild concept. Gaming? Free time gaming? Yeah. Yeah, I won't promise to play an entire game. I won't promise to beat anything, but I thought maybe if we make it a challenge for me to at least touch one of the games I would like to play off stream, then I will actually do it, because otherwise I won't. Otherwise I won't do it. Hold on, how does this work? What do you mean? Yeah, I was thinking it'd be Fear and Hunger. I was thinking that how long is Fear and Hunger, by the way? I exist off stream? Where do you think I did all this reading? But yeah, what do you guys think? I will at least play a little bit of a game off stream. I make enjoy some games better when they're experienced alone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just have a few games that I don't want to stream that I do really want to play. So. The PNG moving in my screen can play game off stream madness. I know, isn't it? Isn't it? It's a wild concept to me too. That's why I've never done it. Give us a list. The options are Fear and Hunger, Disco Elysium, Pathologic, and I'm gonna add Sunless Sea to that. But I think I want to do Fear and Hunger. At least at this time. But those are the games I had lined up for this year that I would like to play and not to stream. One complete playthrough only takes 10 to 12 hours of trial and error. Okay. Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could beat that, but we'll see. I will at least play it a little bit. And that will be my challenge. I will do it. Let's play someday for the art style. Yeah, Disco Elysium, I started it at one point and then I didn't manage to keep going with it for whatever reason, but I want to do it again. Haven't I played Pathologic? I played some of Pathologic. Same thing as Disco Elysium. I like started it and then didn't end up back at it. play Omori. Yeah, I haven't had Omori on my list, but I know everybody loves it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Fear and Hunger. Oh, she's amazing. Yeah. So that'll be my new challenge, and I'll let you know at the end of the month how it went. I will confirm that I played at least some of a game off stream. Ah! What was that? Why did Steam just open itself? Why? 21 hours for main story plus extras. Oh. Well, we'll see. We'll see what I do. I don't know. Steam just popped. I closed Steam and I left, and then it opened again. To confirm you did, it needs to be peer reviewed. My full report. What? Give me back a different shark by the end of the month. Yeah, that's how people talk about it. So I don't know. I look forward to it. It seems like I'd like it. Yeah. Oops. That has been the month in the media and the Marvellous. Hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah, I hope to come back with a report that I managed to play some of a game and do a lot more reading and so on. Yeah. I will get the new bingo up on Discord. And hello again. Welcome, you're just in time for the end. And lasagna, that's right, I have to get lasagna going. Books for next month? Some books for next month will be the same as these. You're gonna see some short story collections added to that. You might also see some more fantasy stuff. I have a Tanith Lee book lined up. Never read any of her stuff. I'm gonna try to remember to look into that one Poisons book I mentioned the other day. Yeah, more old fantasy probably. You might see like a gothic book of some kind. I want to get into that. And lasagna. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end. Isn't it true? Let me see if you managed to crush this page under 10 to 12 hours. Okay, the same amount of time you did to reading to the game, or even half of it should be fine. Oh, I mean, this much reading. I mean, 10 to 12 hours. I do that much reading in like 2 or 3 days. in some, like 3 days probably would be comfortable. So, but some of my reading I do like in bed, and so I can't really sub that out for a game or anything. Lasagna also needs a report and to be peer reviewed. Will a picture suffice? Also, I don't know when I'm getting the ingredients for that. I haven't been to the store myself in a while. But yeah, we got lots coming up, lots going on, but not really. I don't know. It sounds like a lot, but I don't think it really is that much. No, that's the way how I won't complete this? Yeah, well, you'll see. Freeze dry it and send it out. What? No, if I'm making lasagna, I get to eat all of it. What kind of scam is this? If I'm making lasagna, that's for me. If I'm going through all that effort, I'm eating it. But anyway, I think we've yapped through all of our medias here today. I don't know that there's any more to be said. I'm sure there's plenty more to be said, but not by me. I don't have coherent enough thoughts to have more to say about any of this. I wish I did. Maybe one day I will. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you look forward to the next Marvellous Media Monthly. Oh wait, I didn't make the schedule! I knew I was forgetting something today. I didn't make the stream schedule. It'll be largely the same as this week. We will have a member stream on Saturday, probably. Forgot the schedule. I knew I was missing something. Where's my pen? Where's my pen? There it is. It'll be largely the same as this week. But there will be a member stream on Saturday, I believe. And, the poll is already up for devotees for Tuesday, so that's already covered. Will there be anything different? Monday is Xenoblade. Tuesday is probably going to be Power Wash, it looks like. Wednesday is Lies of P. Thursday is Kazan. Friday is Elden Ring. I think I know what the member stream will be, but I'm not 100%, so I won't say. And Sunday should be Minecraft, or maybe we'll do Crime Scene Cleaner. Yeah, maybe we'll do Crime Scene Cleaner. I don't know, but I'll get that made and posted. I mean, standards. We don't have standards around here. Come on, get out of here. We don't have standards. But anyway, everybody, I hope you have a good bread, a good rest of the day or night or whatever it is where you are. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.